Hey, greetings from Texas. Today, I'm out on the range. I'm going to show you the disabled shooter drill, how I like to perform it. As a firearms instructor in law enforcement, I learned several different ways. I'll show you the preferred way that I would teach to SWAT officers. So, in a situation, self-defense situation, or any situation, what can go wrong will go wrong, Murphy's Law, and you may find, or hopefully you won't find, but in the occasion that for some reason your primary shooting hand or arm is disabled, you still need to be able to function to survive the situation. If you've ever been in a fight, gunfight, fist fight, knife fight, whatever, and you're fully adrenalized, unless you have a lot of training or are stress inoculated, you're going to find out that you're going to lose a lot of fine motor skills. Your respiration is going to increase, your pupils are going to dilate, you're going to lose dexterity in your fingers. It would be like having a pair of gloves on. Watch any YouTube scare videos and watch how people react just to being scared. A lot of times they'll trip. You'll see people being chased by wild animals. They'll trip over their own feet during the fight or flight response. So with that being said, I'm going to show you, I'm right-handed. Today I'm using a currently unloaded IWI Industries Jericho 941 full-size steel 9mm. It's that and the CZ75 are two of my preferred handguns because I just like them. And also the magazines are interchangeable between the two platforms. Okay, so first off, I'm right-handed. For some reason, my right hand is disabled. Now I'm using a retention holster. It has a button here. So for some reason, if I was holstered, got wounded, I'm gonna need to retrieve my weapon. I'm gonna reach across my body. I have a button I have to push, and I'm gonna take my weapon out. Okay, and practice this, dry fire practice this before you get out to the range and do any live fire. So now I have my gun, what do I do? Well, initially in law enforcement, officers were taught to do the changeover, put your hand or your weapon between your knees, reach down and do the switch. That's fine, there's more than one way to skin a cat, but again, when you're adrenalized, doing just simple things like this are going to be a arduous task at best. The preferred way I like to do it and how I would train SWAT officers is retrieving the weapon and bringing it up to my chest. By doing this, my eyes are still on my threat and I could run. Okay? When I'm down here, I'm looking at my weapon, I'm not seeing what's going on in my environment. Okay? I'm pressing it against my chest, it's flaring the muzzle away from my body. If you are abdominally advantaged, you can set it on top of your belly. That's also going to flare the muzzle out away from your body, keeping you from being your own worst enemy. Okay, so I'll do that again. I'm reaching over. I have to push a button on this holster. I'm coming up. Now I'm going to rotate the weapon this way and establish my grip. Remember, keep your finger out of the trigger guard until you're ready to fire. I'm going to come up to my target. Because I am right eye dominant, I'm going to cant my weapon slightly to the right and fire. Okay, reloading. If for some reason I have to reload, again, Early on in law enforcement, I don't know, I've been retired 15 years now, if they're still doing this method. Again, I don't like it, but it's up to you to figure out what method works best for you. So on the reload, so I have my weapon, I've shot my weapon, I need to reload. I'm going to discharge my magazine. If for some reason you are having trouble getting your magazine out, you can use your clothing to help strip that magazine out. Okay, I fired, I'm out of bullets. And because I have an empty gun, it's going to stay locked back. I'll have to manipulate the slide release with my finger. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I take one step forward and I'm going to trap the weapon in the crook of my knee. Okay, so I've ejected my magazine. I've trapped my weapon in the crook of my knee. This foot is forward in case I have an accidental discharge for some reason. Hopefully I'll miss my strong leg. I'll retrieve my new magazine, insert the magazine, put it back in the battery, and engage my target. Okay, so I'm gonna demo. I'll do a live fire demo. Let me make sure I have my eyes and ears. I'm loading with 1 round. That's all you need to practice this drill. Disabled shooter drill. So I'm gonna reach over, grab my weapon, facilitate the exchange, get my grip, safety's coming off. I'm firing, I'm locked back. I need to load my weapon, stepping forward, trapping the weapon there, retrieving my new magazine, inserting the magazine. Okay, my slide didn't lock back. I'm going to charge my weapon and fire. Okay, stuff like that can happen. All right, it didn't lock back on that empty round. All right, so we're empty. I'll go ahead and show you that again. Okay, disabled arm. Retrieve my weapon. I'm rotating the weapon, getting my grip, safety's off, fire. Okay, locked back that time. Getting rid of the magazine, retrieving the new magazine, load it, fire. Okay, this next drill is, I got shot while I was holding my weapon. It fell to the ground. It's going to be a little bit easier. I retrieve my weapon. Safety's coming off. Firing. Get rid of my magazine. I'm down. I'm staying down after I pick up my weapon, minimizing my target, minimizing myself as a target. And you could also rack this on the back of your shoe and fire. All right, folks, that's the disabled shooter drill. Again, practice this at home. If you're going to practice, empty your weapon, make sure all your magazines are clear, and do it in a safe place. Get the mechanics down before you get to the range, if you're allowed to do this at your range. And if not, just go ahead and dry fire practice. All right, build that muscle memory, and that in itself will help you in a real situation. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them down below. And as usual, I appreciate you stopping by. Check my shooting playlist. There's some fun stuff, some helpful stuff like this. And again, if you have any suggestions what you would like to see as far as tactics, drills, etc., just leave a comment below. Hit that thumbs up, don't cost nothing, and it helps get this information out there.